Welcome to the Fighting's Final on It's a Wrap Sports Network, and this is beginning to be a recurring thing, a recurring theme. Let's fix this. All right, so my face isn't all up in the. All right, yeah. So Phillies drop first of two in the series to the Mets, losing this one 5-1. This one kind of lacked a lot. This one lacked the juice, didn't it? For what, the first 8 innings. The pitching, I don't know if the pitching was so bad that it made the offense, the batters, look bad, or if just both teams' offenses were struggling. And this was bad. You have Sanchez, who only throws 2 innings, 58 pitches. That first inning looked horrible. They were talking about his velocity and it was off. The speed was off. But an excuse. It's just an excuse. Is this team just not that good? I think they might just not be that good. Got some comments coming in. Star Wars, what's going on, man? Fire Rob. Yeah. Again, it doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything for me. And I'm at this point, I've said it before on my Tuesday shows on when I have the call. I'm not that big of a guy on firing people, but you know what? It's gotten to the point you have to do something now. And that's who it usually falls back on, right? The manager, the head coach, right? So I'm with you. Got to make a change. What's going on, Adam? What's up, Steve? The Phillies are struggling right now as a team. It's the first month, Adam, right? And this team right now has had more issues and more questions than anything, right? So you start the season with who's leading off, right? That's an issue that could have gotten solved during spring training and it didn't, right? And then you have new lineups coming in and out each game until you finally lock in something now where, yeah, Stott looks great. He looked great in leadoff, but you got Bohm struggling. You got Marsh struggling. Marsh supposedly take a few days off. Then you put him back in. You got bullpen issues. You got Sosa, who you have a great bat sitting on the bench, not doing a damn thing. And now is starting pitching, getting ready to be an issue. Ranger pitched in Lehigh Valley today, but it's getting to the point where when there's this many question marks and there's this many issues surrounding a team, yes, manager, he's got to go. It's not like this is the first season of this crap of dealing with him. It's time to go. That's got to be the first change, right? And what do we got here? Jonathan, the Mets rule, Phillies drill. Yeah, tonight they did. I can't say anything. Last two nights, really all season. What, 13-11 now to 17-7 for the Mets? It's embarrassing. Horrible loss for the Phillies. You're right, Joe. It's going to be a long season. Buckle in, especially if they don't fire and make a change now. Coming in on exactly a month in the season, and the only thing that he's done is have inconsistency at every position throughout the lineup. The bullpen, no one knows who they are. Matty B says it all the time. Who is the guy? Who's your reliever? Who's your closer? Who's your first guy out of the bullpen? Right? Adam, Rob had, yeah. Has no. It drives me nuts. It drives. Get emotion with your players. Hold them accountable. Do something. But it's Joe. This team needs a major change. Manager or G. Yeah, someone's got to go. It's got to be that. It's the next step in the process of this, right? You've done everything you can. You sent put Marsh on the DL, and he's not here now, right? Your Rangers coming back. You, he's not going to be the savior. Rojas is your guy who got your RBI tonight. That says it all, right? Our bullpen, yeah, it's horrible, horrible. And I will say though, Ross and Ramon, they were serviceable for the combined 4 innings that they were out there. 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So from them every single night, right? But it's they looked at least serviceable to keep the Phillies in this for the duration of this game. It's just the bats did absolutely nothing against pitchers from the Mets who you can hit against these guys, and they couldn't. Let me get to their Canning. He left early. He left with 84. I'll get to this comment in a second. Zoban, he only got an inning in. Minter only got an inning. I mean, their bullpen did what they needed to, but you had 18 pitches for I'm butchering his name, for Zoban, 14 pitches for Minter, 21 pitches for Stanek, and then 13 pitches for Budo. So again, you're having patient at bats, just can't do shit with it. All right, it's the same team that walked off the field last year. That's the problem. It falls on Dombrowski. No upgrades were made. They are the 2024 Phillies. Yeah. And that is the problem when you run it back, right? You see this throughout sports everywhere, right? You have success, you make it to the World Series in this case, or you make it to the Stanley Cup, you make it to the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, and you want to run it back, right? Because egos get in the way of it all. Like we can get back, and it's like, no, you got to make change. You got to bring some new blood in there. And yeah, Kepler, decent, really, probably one of the more consistent bats. Had a great snag in the outfield at the end there, but he is not that splash that's really going to do anything, right? Pitching, you brought in Luzardo. Saw what he did Sunday. I was there. I was at that game. Saw what he did against the Marlins. So you're right. No upgrades were made, no real upgrades. And this is what happens when you run it back. You get no one in the locker room who's going to put a fire under anyone's ass, because guess what? They know each other too well. They're too comfortable with each other. This is what they like, right? And this is why they like Thompson. This is why, because he lets them do this crap, right? And so when you get comfortable, you don't care. You get complacent. And that's what we're seeing from this team. Complacency, because they've all heard it before. I've heard Schwarbs fire up the locker room. Oh, yeah, we've heard that. We've heard JT fire up the locker room. We've heard Bryce fire up the locker room. And it's like, well, who's the next guy? They're all getting sick and tired of it. So if the way you set an example, someone's got to get fired. Mike, what's going on, my man? This team has no pulse. They're flat. They're flat a month in. Right? So are we going to blame cold weather? Are we going to blame that? Or are we going to say, what's the excuse, right? Because I don't want to hear any more excuses. Like Luzardo, left forearm soreness. You didn't feel any soreness during warm-ups and everything. It's no pulse, flat. You're right. Nailed it. Harper needs to step up. Yeah. Emotionless, right? Even Harper, after some of these at bats, after that strikeout to end the what was it, to end the 8th or end the 7th, maybe. Guy just starts taking his stuff off, fixes his hair, right? And I'm a big Bryce fan. I'm one of the apologists, right? But it gets to a certain point where it's stop trying to look cool with all the crap you got on with the blue bat and making the announcements and stuff. Let's just play baseball. Get a base hit. Stop swinging for the damn fences all the time. John Kruk came back yesterday and he saw 2 losses. Horrible. Horrible. Against the Mets. Horrible. Brian Thompson will not solve the center field position, the bullpen or third base. It's talent, and they don't have the world. Yeah, no, they did. It won't fix the talent part, but it might fix the. Oh, okay. Well, who's next? Who's next on the chopping block? Who's going to get benched, or who are they going to bring in? It's the first step in at least doing something, right? And to solve the center field position, we know it's going to solve the center field position. First name Justin, last name Crawford. Why they don't want to bring him up? Beyond me. The bullpen is what the bullpen is right now. Go, who are you going to go get? Who can you? I mean, yeah, I'm all for bringing up people now at this point because it's what worse could you get than what you're seeing on the field right now? Who do you think comes in as new manager? You know what? In today's sports, and this is not who I think. This is not. I mean, this is not like I don't have a beat on this or anything like that. This is, excuse me. This is just my theory on the way athletes respond to athletes, right? And I think bringing in for a former player is a good step. You look at other sports, right? Um, you especially basketball. I think JJ Redick's probably one of the good examples. Um, Basketball IQ that's out of this world, right? Loves the game. Look, third Lakers are third place in the West, stacked Western Conference, right? I think you bring in a player because they know the guys, they know what's going to pull the strings, right? Um, they've been in those situations. I'm a fan of someone like Jimmy Rollins coming in and being the manager. I think he'll hold people accountable and he knows what it takes. So I think those are the things that you need. What's going on, Ricky? Go Phillies. Someone's got to be positive in the chat, right? Eagles fan, the Phillies got swept. No, we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. Big Al, what's going on, man? This team lacks any it factor. None. There is what is one single good thing that they do, right? It was starting pitching, and now we can all question that. Wheeler, obviously, the arguably the best pitcher in baseball. But when that's all you had, and that's all you have, and then coming into the season, that was your strong suit. And I don't think Ranger is going to be coming through those doors to save the day anytime soon, or even if he does come back here anytime soon, I don't think he's going to be saving the day. Cold weather, just a lame excuse. They get paid to play a game. Yeah, just do your job. I'm 100% with you, and that's why I said like I'm sick of the excuses and hearing it because at this point, it's not even that cold. This is nice. This is great baseball weather. This is great outdoor weather. It was a beautiful day. So yeah, no, this is just excuses. Just excuses. Adam, this time last year they were the best team in baseball. Totally different this year. Yeah. And I think this was this is the team that exited 2024. Not that started 2024, that exited 2024, right? So right now, you got to do something to bring a pulse Like what Mike said, there's no pulse on this team right now. There's no it. There's Big Al saying there's no it factor. How do you do that? You got to do something to bring a pulse. To bring a pulse. Um, Light a fire. It's not going to come from a players only meeting. It's not going to come from the manager having a locker room meeting and holding people accountable. He's not going to do that. So um, it's a shame. It's a shame that this has been the first month. This team was supposed to be the distraction, right, from football not being here. And it's just, if this is what it's going to be a long summer. Big Al, it's like they assume they will. It's like they assume they will. Ain't nothing guaranteed. And you're right. Nothing is guaranteed. And then you get big guys, you get big contracts, you get big names like Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, right? Schwarber, and these guys. You're right. They assume that they will, and nothing is guaranteed. And I don't really feel like in baseball there is this, like in other sports, how there can be this switch that just comes on during a game where, oh, okay, let's turn it on, and it's over the process of a few series and a few games that these guys are getting it back. I mean, look how long it's taken Bohm, and he has. I feel like Bohm's done a good job at getting his average up over 200 now compared to where he was. I think keeping Bohm in the 8th spot is exactly where he needs to be all season. Don't move him out of there. But that's now the least of their problems. What used to be a actual issue is one of the only issues is that's one of the least. Dave Dombrowski, the bullpen is fine. Oh yeah, is that what he said? Is that what he said? Star Wars on the post game. Bo and Emmanuel work to get them through 2025 short term fix to create accountability and bring out the fire. I hope they got to bring out the fire somehow because this is bad. This is a bad first month. Why do they use Banks and Kirkland a lot? I personally don't know why they use Kirkland where they use him. I guess on a night like this, and Banks looks so bad. Those guys, both Banks and Kirk look so bad tonight, especially after Ross and Romano. Like I said, they were very serviceable. And Kirkland, that outing, oh, it was horrible. And I think it's just where they're positioned in the bullpen. There's no consistency. I think Kirkland would be great as closer, not as normally the first guy coming out, right? I feel like that's what we've seen more often on a night like this where your starter is only going to go 2 innings and 58 pitches. You knew what you were going to be in for. And I'll be honest, I was shocked. I was shocked that the Mets didn't take advantage more of this bullpen and what they lack. So, Joe, if Thompson gets fired, I want Jim to. Yeah, I like either one of those. Tommy, I didn't even think about. I've always gone to thought Jimmy Rollins. But no, I like the Tomei. I like the Tomei. Jesus deserved better from the Phillies. Batter also. Yeah. And I think they did. They did get in that first run back after the first, right? In the second. They got that run back. But then after that, they didn't really give him anything. So he has I get what you're saying. Big Al. No hunger in this dog. No hunger in any of them. No hunger in any of them right now. And that's the biggest problem. And so we all know what the issues are, right? We all know what the issues are. And it's just a matter of time before, hopefully, before they get changed. And we can't be the only people that are seeing it. We can't be the only people that are seeing it. Topper's got to know he's on the hot seat. He's got to know he's on the hot seat. But I just don't think it's in his personality and in his nature to either do anything about it. I just think he assumes he's another one of those guys that assumes that these guys are going to turn around and he'll be okay. But it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch it unfold when nothing is happening. So let's go ahead and talk about the bottom line. All right. Yeah. So the Broad Street bottom line is that this team is just right now constructed the way they are, just not that good. This is a 13-11 team. And I think it starts doesn't I don't think it does. It starts from the top, and it's the trickle down effect. You see absolute no care from any of these guys. No emotion, and that's because they have an emotionless manager who just lets them be and holds no one accountable. And that's, to me, that's just the bottom line. That they're 13-11. What we're seeing is who they are. And until a change is made, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get series against. I can see them going out and winning tomorrow night, right? But they lost the series, right? They lost the series against the Braves. They lost the series against the Giants. So they're losing against division opponents. They're losing against the good teams. You got pitching. You got starting pitching issues now, whether it's dealing with an injury. You got Nola going 0-5 to start the season. And I don't think Ranger walking through that door, when he does walk through that door, is going to be the guy that is the savior. I don't think he's, it would be great if he is. It'd be great if he is. But I think you got to start giving some call ups to guys from the minors and giving them a chance, because this is not the way that I think any of us envisioned the season started. Maybe Matty B, but I sure as hell don't. I think they see it, and that's why certain guys are struggling. Yeah, they see, and Big Al, tell me, do you feel like it's like one of those instances now where like players are like, well, it's not my job to say something and make a change. I tried before, and it's not. I get paid to go out there and play, and I'm trying, so it's lack of care. They see the lack of care and emotion from the top, and like you said, and it's a trickle down effect, and then that leads to struggling. We have a lot of good pitcher, Wheeler, Sanchez. We need Andrew Painter. Yeah, and I think he's one of the guys who you can definitely call up and give a shot, because why not? Right? Why not? And that's the bottom line, because Soldier Steve said so. Grab the mic, right? When I do it, not mute myself when I do it. Right? That'd be great. Okay, 2-2. 2-2. I stand corrected. Thank you. Someone just asked me, Thompson, if he's concerned, and the answer was next question. Yeah. Because he's not going to answer it. He's not going to feed into it, but he knows. he knows that we know the real answer. It's one of those things where, you ask someone a yes or no question, and if they say I'm not answering it, you already know that the answer was yes, right? Because if the answer is no, the answer is no. So, no, I'm 100% with you, and that he's got to go, and he knows. He knows that he's concerned. He knows that we know that he's concerned, because even though as emotionless that he is, you can see it written all over his face. He knows his ass is on the hot seat. So, but 5-1, Phillies lose, move to 13-11 to the Mets. This is getting old, right? So let's go around the bases, check out what's going on around the league. All righty, around the bases is brought to you by me. So let's do this. Tuesday Steve. It's brought to you by Tuesday Steve. All right, so let's go through some of these scores. The Astros beat the Blue Jays 5-1. The Royals get the win over the Rockies in 11, 4-3. Twins 4-2 over the White Sox. Cardinals put a beat down on the Braves 10-4. Oh, excuse me. Allergies are horrible right now. Red Sox get the win over the Mariners, and these are all the ones that are final right now. Red Sox get the win over the Mariners 8-3. The Nationals shut out the Orioles in the battle of what would you call that? Battle of the Beltway over there in Maryland or DC. I think Nats were home. So Nats get the win 7-0. Padres 2-0 over the Tigers. Marlins get the victory over the Reds 4-3. Guardians big win over the Yankees 3-2. And then of course we just got done talking about it. Everyone got done watching it. The Mets get the win over the Phillies 5-1. And the games that are still active right now, Dodgers and Cubs are in a good one. Dodgers are up 10-9, top of the ninth, 2 outs. Pirates are up 5-1 on the Angels in the top of the fourth with 1 out. Rays and Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are up 2-1, no outs. They're switching up right now, about to go to the bottom of the fourth. The Brewers and the Giants. Brewers are up on the Giants, top of the fourth, 1 out right now. And the A's and the Rangers are in the top of the third, and the Rangers are up 3-1, 2 outs there. Which one of these games? Which one of these games is going to help make me fall asleep? Right? I feel like the Rangers and Athletics. Right? That's the one. All right, guys. I'm getting ready to wrap this one up, but make sure and no Matty B this week. No Matty B. What do we got, Joe? Ricky Bo is going off on Bo's guy. Someone needs to. Someone needs to. Someone needs to. Great show as always. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Love when you chime in. Star Wars, can we beat the Cubs this weekend the way we play? And I say no. I say no, too. I say what? Probably a 2-1 series loss. Just no faith in this team right now. The way this team has no pulse right now, I'm sure the fan base has no pulse. Or the pulse is going to be way too high. High blood pressure, right? The Gobblers, the high blood pressure segment. It's going to be a good one this week. Michael, what's going on, man? The look on Harper's face on his strikeout sums up the Phillies right now, lost and lifeless. One of Robbie's job as a manager is get his team ready, and he has failed. Yeah, failed miserably. Right, given chance after chance, has failed miserably. And I talked about Harper, about that strikeout, where it's just that lack of care. Took off his Philly fanatic, cool looking shin guard. Took his hat off, took his helmet off, made sure his hair slicked back nicely, and right, just all right. Wait for my glove to come out to me, and I'll walk down first and get ready. Finish this game up, right? Just going through the motions. Everyone's just going through the motions. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. They don't care. They don't care. Zach pitches his gem tomorrow and gives the bullpen rest. Yeah, you can rely on Zach, right? So, like I said, they'll probably go out and win, but they lose a series 2-1. Probably do the same thing. First the Cubs. Yeah, no. We're gonna wrap this one up, folks. Let's see. What do we got coming up this week? No Matty B this week. He's on vacation. But do believe he will be. Let me get that comment out of there. There we go. He will be on the call tomorrow night to wrap this one up. And then the upcoming series. Here we go. Against the Cubs. Friday, you're going to have Big Al. Saturday, the Gobbler. And Sunday, Matty B. I do believe Matty B will be back to the final word that Sunday as well. So looking forward to that. And what do we got? Fire Robbie before it's way too late. Yeah. It's the beginning of the season, month in. Time to go. Let someone else get in there and try to clean up this mess. Otherwise, this would just be one of those wash of a season. Good show. Thank you. They keep looking at strikes a lot. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's this team strikes out a lot. So if that's what you're saying. But all right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys continue to watch. Hopefully, more wins. I'm 1-2 on Tuesday night. I'm out of here, folks. Have a good one.